Hey, MzeroA Nation, MzeroA family, Jason here. Welcome into day 5 of the 31-day Safer Pilot Challenge. This video today is a favorite of mine, a favorite maneuver of mine at least, power off 180s. And I'm just giving you a quick intro here because this video happens very quickly. Towers vectoring us in very quickly. We have to do right traffic for the short runway at Ocala, and right traffic is not preferred for power off 180s, but it still works. I'm flying with Matt, who's our COO, really the Director of Operations here at MzeroA.com, and just demonstrating a power off 180. A power off 180 is a commercial pilot maneuver. I basically get to beam my touchdown point, I carb heat in my airplane, power back. You'll see me use the time method, and then we turn and try to land within our point. Now, choosing the point is so important here because per the commercial pilot ACS, I have nothing in front of my point and 200 feet beyond it. So typically what I teach, I show this all the time with our online ground school members, I want you to pick something like the first centerline stripe, because the centerline stripe is 120 feet in length with an 80-foot gap in between it till the beginning of the next one. So I know I have this box now from the beginning of the first centerline stripe to the beginning of the second centerline stripe. That's 200 feet. I have something I can work with. I can visualize that now. So you'll see that all play out in this Power Off 180 video. So I'll stop talking. Let's go ahead and let's head up to the cockpit.
What's happening, MzeroA Nation?
November 55 X-ray to your position.
Day 5, 31-day Safer Pilot Challenge.
Currently
back on title runway 26, showing you, it's a pretty audacious title, a perfect Power Off 180. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to show you
November 55 X-ray, Roger, report beam the tower on the left downwind.
My goal is going to be the first centerline stripe. Is going to be my goal. And what I like to do, Matt got me perfectly set up. Matt was flying in here, and I just took the flight controls from him. I like to be a little bit tighter on my downwind. And I like to use the time method. Check this out here. We're going to go carb heat, power all the way back 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to go ahead and turn it on in here. I'm going to avoid using flaps.
Cessna 3391 Echo, proceed on course to the west, runway 26, cleared for takeoff.
I'm going to avoid using flaps until I know I have that runway.
Runway 26, clear for takeoff, 901 Echo.
And these clear and one for takeoff in front of me. This could get interesting. You'll keep an eye on that situation for me, Matt.
And birds.
And birds. I got that runway made. I'm going 10 degrees of flaps in. Come on, take off,
Tower
please.
90155 X-ray.
Oh,
now
that bird
tower,
scared me.
Runway 36, left.
Mooney 55 X-ray, Roger. Extend your downwind. I'll call your base.
We're going to
Call my base. I will extend my downwind.
Flaps in. I'm going to go turn final here. Let's see how this works out. I went through final on purpose just a little bit.
No delay. Got traffic turning final for 2 seconds.
No delay. We're already rolling. 901 Echo.
And we're coming on in. Power off. My hand's just on the throttle, just for good measure.
He's off.
And they're off. It's ours. I've got full flaps in. Now, you can do this with flaps.
Mooney 55 X-ray.
You can do this without flaps. You'll be successful in either situation here.
To land.
Runway 36, turning.
I've got some slippage going into the wind here. Speed's looking really, really great. You might be saying, Jason, you look a little bit short, but I know the old 172. Check this out. Check out the 172 float right here.
Bucky 541, Ocala Tower, show your position.
There goes my first centerline stripe. Right, just a hair after it. Not too terribly shabby. I could have been maybe a little bit more aggressive in that to get us down a little bit sooner, but still certainly within any tolerances of that. Simulating Matt's got my aerodynamic braking. Thanks for getting the flaps up for me. There's Matt. Let me just pay attention to the radios real quick here.
November 23 Mike Zulu, turn right if able to make Bravo 2. And then are you coming back to the ramp?
Going back to the northeast.
And November 23 Mike Zulu, Roger, taxi to the runway 26, hold short of runway 26.
26, hold short, 26, thanks to the Mike Zulu. So just a tiny bit long on that actual landing. Could have been a little more aggressive perhaps on it. You notice too, I purposely went kind of through final because I knew I was a little bit high. Having the other aircraft departing kind of added to that equation there as well. Try the time method, but you've got to know your airplane. You've got to know your airplane. Matt just confirming that's the 1-8 approach, so we're going across that whole line. You've got to know your airplane. I know this airplane floats. Go do this in an Aero or something else. It's not going to have the same float. So you have to know your airplane. This is something you have to continue.
November 7110
You have to continue to
Lima, runway
practice.
26, clear
Anyways,
for takeoff.
I
Proceed
hope
on course to the
you
west.
pre-ordered your copy of Aviation Mastery, the book. I hope you're having just an amazing January. Your 2021 is off to an outstanding start. Like us here on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube so you continue to get all the updates on the 31-day Safer Pilot Challenge. Have an amazing, blessed, wonderful day. And most importantly, remember, good pilot is always learning. Have a great day, everyone. See ya.
And a request.